Namaste, Sunshine family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. I hope that you are well and rested, and so are your families too. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. Quick disclosure, I do come in hot and sometimes not. So what that means is I do cuss and curse. I speak the truth and I call out names when guided too. Okay. Hopefully you could vibe like that. And if you can, allow me to be the first to welcome you. All right. To my A ones who are my day ones, the Soul Tribe family as a whole, I love you and the divine loves you. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our space. The likes, the shares, the subscribes, tapping into the messages, hitting that notification bell. I am truly grateful. Okay. What we're gonna do right now, y'all, is just tap in. This energy here came out last night. And I went on and just left it there after I had cleaned up everything. I just put it back because it says, so shines a good deed. Okay. So we're going to tap into that energy, see what the divine needs and wants you to know. All right. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay. Divine, at this time, I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil, any witchcraft being thrown or projected towards myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you shield our minds, bodies, souls, and vessels from it, as we too shield our minds, bodies, souls, and vessels from it, clearing it, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe, and thank you. So, right after this message here, so shines a good deed. Up and out, okay, came out next. So sometimes the only way forward is through the ceiling, okay? So this energy here is giving me with this so shines a good deed. What is that saying? No good deed goes unpunished, okay? So you may have been somebody that has just been, moving in your higher self, higher consciousness, okay? Um, but I feel like in doing so, you may have found yourself with eyes on the prize. You see how he's looking at that shiny thing in that kid's hand? So you may have been dealing with people that are looking at your prize and they got their eyes on it. But with this up and out, sometimes the only way forward is through the ceiling. I feel like, I don't know why I just heard that. You had decided on two things. Okay. The first thing is you decided that the divine will carry you, will see you through whatever trial and tribulation it is. Okay. Some of y'all have put that to the test. Okay. You decided that you weren't going to stay isolated or you weren't going to stay in, and you decided to get up and out. All right. Only take it how it resonates. In doing so, I feel like there was a sense here of you, skyrocketing through the ceiling. Okay. Hmm. Or there was a good feeling about being out, something like that. All right. Tell me more. Some of you have decided to definitely move forward with your plans of possibly leaving a place where you're at. Yeah, because you've been longing for freedom, love, and adventure, and you may not be able to get it there. Okay, wherever you are. All right. And only take what resonates, family. Let's see. I made this deck kind of thick, so it's split in two. What other messages or any from this deck? If not, we will move along. I see that one coming out. We'll see what it is. Okay. So the candy store, even the sweet places have wild weather. Okay. So family, you could have been in a situation, yes, where you wanted to distance yourself from it because of the turbulence, the wild weather, the ups and downs. Okay. I feel like you're somebody that really likes staying to yourself, but you don't mind getting out and about when it's nourishing. Okay. When it's going to be conducive for everyone's health, not just yours, but everyone. Okay. You don't mind being around energies that are not toxic. Okay. I feel like with this longing for freedom, love, and adventure, you may have wanted to distance yourself from some sort of turbulent weather. Now, the turbulent weather may not be actual weather, but it could just be the storms brought in by towers caused by other people, or you just felt like you were in a tower moment. Yeah, the candy storm, even the sweetest places have wild weather. Okay. I feel like Spirit is saying no matter where you go, there is going to be some sort of turbulence or some sort of something you have to deal with. But where you're at now, this is something you have really want to distance yourself from because the boundaries, your safety, and you feeling safe is a very sensitive matter for you. Okay. I feel like your safety is very important and everybody's safety should be. So if you're not feeling safe, that is why you are longing to leave this possibly a community, a job, a place, a state, whatever the case may be. Take it how it resonates. Okay. All right. Let's see if something comes out this side. Any messages from this? Mm. It says, I want it now. Yeah. So, you could have been dealing with a lot of energy that wanted your gift that you had, okay, or have. They're like, I want it now. You see how he's looking, okay. With this, I want it now, instant gratification, or just something that someone instantly wanted, that they saw, maybe something that you held possibly within you or something around you, right? Um, this could be, I heard that. This could be actually, people may want the peace and the freedom that you have. This is what I'm like. You may have a lot of peace and freedom. You may also be doing something where you're able to keep that peace and freedom. Okay. It might be a job, might be, however you're making your money. But I feel like people see the gifts you have and they want it, they want it for themselves or something like that. They want to be able to, yeah, because it's a golden ticket. Hmm. So shines a good deed, in a weary world. Yep. Kindness opens doors, even chocolate can't. So I feel like, family, the fact that you are kind and there's no strings attached. A lot of people have been wandering in this world with dealing with people or energies that are always seeking an ulterior motive. You're not that one. Okay. Many people have seen you make a breakthrough just by getting out of your own way. Okay. This is what I'm picking up. You getting out of your own way, you've been able to make breakthroughs. A lot of people may not have that type of resilience. With you making your own breakthrough, you have awakened to power and you trust yourself and the divine, as well as your spiritual team. But a lot of people want that. Okay. They want that energy. They want that ability. They want to be able to break through. They want to be able to, do things maybe that, a lot of people don't think they can do, but they can do it. Seriously. Yeah. The slippery path, danger, just another hallway in this factory. Advice, not all twists are traps, some are tests. I feel like some of you have just passed another test by the universe, right? And that test was to put yourself in the universe's hands, okay? Like you are God's child, you are chosen. Do you trust? Do you believe in the divine? Well, if you do, then it's something about breaking free from, anything that could possibly instill fear or anything that could possibly make you doubt yourself or just anything that, um, you feel you were under attack with. Okay. Or attacked by. Okay. Only take it how it resonates. But I feel like, you are surrounded. Okay. And when I say surrounded, he's looking at this gift down here. There's the golden ticket, but in the middle, you've got people looking at your gifts or looking at something that you have done or you have started or something like that. I feel like a lot of y'all, okay, you have platforms, you are doing your own thing. You may be making money on the platforms. You may be making a lot of money on the platforms, and people are around you looking at that. You also have energies out here that they are starting and they are trying to figure out what is the exact recipe. Okay. What avenues did you take to get where you were at? They're looking at the precision of something, your talent, your ambition, okay, the fire that lights you, okay, the heat here. And many have discovered that the chapter is done when it comes to attacking you, trying to take from you, because you are the whole damn book, okay? I feel like there's energies out here that could actually really learn from you, or you from them. I feel like I'll tell you right now, I know I do not sit up here and try to say I know everything. I will do a lot of research, okay? On this journey, it's just not about providing advice, but also taking it as well, being able to be open to other energies and what they have to say and bring to the table through their testimonies of truth. Okay. So I feel like you have always been someone that has been very optimistic, very open minded, always willing to learn from someone, as long as what they were teaching resonated with you, right? That's been the golden ticket, is you being open to others' suggestion, others' advice. Okay. But at the end of the day, which is something I don't like to say, you still know that you are being intuitively guided by the Most High. And that's the breakthrough. So when you move, it's because the Most High says, move now, or something like that. That's why this up and out is here. And you have awakened to the power in trusting in the Most High, the divine creator of all living things, because not everything is a trap. Some things could be tests. I feel like you really did pass a test. Okay. Now with the energy out here of longing and wanting freedom, okay, and love and adventure in your life, I feel like this is the next phase that you are coming into. Okay. It says the candy store, even the sweetest places have wild weather. So this is like spirit saying, no matter what, you will move into the energy of more freedom, possibly love and adventure, but don't sit up there and have your expectations real, real high to the point where you don't realize that, not everything is always going to be peaches and cream, but most of the times it will. Okay. You won't be going through what you were experiencing with these narcissistic tendencies here, very spoiled, I want it now type energy. you know um I feel like you were dealing with a lot of selfish energy, okay? And that selfish energy just saw what they could get versus, what you were willing to give. Then out here we have the fake deep, right? Okay, you outgrew performances from people who acted like they were healed, okay? And I feel like you had to outgrow those performances because you were dealing with a lot of people that hadn't healed, but they wanted to um mirror you in some sort of way. Okay. And when I say mirror you, like, be like you, copycat energy. Okay. So while they watched you go inward, they just watched you go inward. No one went inward with you. All right. So while you were healing and staying unbothered, people were watching. Somebody may have even done some research. When I look over here, they may have even done some research. Yeah, whatever they did, it caused them to have a meltdown. They may have done some research, did some investigation into who you were, okay, trying to examine some sort of details pertaining to you, pertaining to possibly who you are. And then so they had a meltdown, okay? It says, careful now, too much heat and even sugar burns. So someone I feel like was prying into your life and really didn't have the reason to. They could have been doing it to be vindictive here. They could have had some sort of grudge against you. All right. With this vengeance here, I feel like, there was a lot of hate and animosity. This is giving me that same old jealous envy energy. All right. And they may be upset about the fact that you do want to get up and out and away from them. Okay. I feel like somebody here is offended that you don't want to be around them. I'm just saying, family. I feel like somebody is offended that you do not want to be around them because you don't have time. You want to walk outside and feel safe, and that was what came out too. Period. Boundary, safety, and sensitivity. And if you were picking up on energies where you didn't feel safe, hell no, you don't want to be around them. You know what I'm saying? But see, they're upset because you do. You possess innocence. You're not doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing to nobody. You minding your business. You're drinking your water. Period. Okay. And you're very nurturing, you're very kind, and you often are able to start new beginnings because of that, because spirit knows you. You know what I'm saying? Spirit knows you. Forget your exterior, forget what you look like, because I mean, what you look like may be a representation of what you've been through. Okay, family, I'm just going to say what you look like could be a representation of what you've been through, but that doesn't have anything to do with your heart, okay? Because you've ascended here. You've called back your power and you are now maneuvering in your higher self, period. But I feel like a lot of people are offended because you don't want to be around them. And this is wise counsel telling you exactly your ancestors, your okay, have, watched you go through a transformation. And in watching you go through this transformation, you have received wise counsel that maybe it's not good for you to be around these people or in this environment where you're at. Okay. And that's just the power of your ancestors speaking this to you and then helping you transform so that you can actually be able to elevate. Okay, and ascend the way that you're supposed to. And you can't do it if you're living in fear or if you don't trust where you're at because people have proven who they were. Yeah, you're not Delulu here. Ain't ain't nothing delusional. You know what I'm saying? People can only say certain things so many times before you like, well, damn, why do you keep saying that? That's so negative, or that's so, then spirit sits you down and has you analyze, do the research on why somebody kept saying something crazy to you. So people may be in this energy of where they're like I feel like they think you feel like you're too good, and it's not even like that, family, but you are too good to be going through the bullshit. You too good to be going through bullshit. I'm gonna tell you right now, because it's like, don't be mad at me just because I found a way, or don't be mad at you, family, just because you found a way. And that's what it is. A lot of people are upset with you because you found a way to break free from the constant hamster wheel that was draining you and then manipulating and intentionally doing it. Okay. It was like they were laughing at you, knowing that they had everything to do with everything you were going through with the opposition, the approach. I mean, the opposition, the reproach, the adversity, the oppression. You know what I'm saying? You were going through a lot. Yeah, you deleted that from your life. That is why they're upset with you, because you deleted all of that from your life. And now you are protecting yourself like more than a password. You're protecting yourself better than a password. Okay. But you're protecting everything around you like it was your password. You're not delusional. They just wanted you to be delusional. You're far from it. Tell me more, spirit. Yes, I'm telling you, you have an inner beauty here, kindness and dignity. Okay, family, and that's graceful, and you can step into that energy at any time. But right now, the environment you're in, you know, you may not be stepping into that energy right now, but you are well ready and prepared to when you get to safety. But until then, you already know misery loves company. But you sent your regards. Okay. You sent your regrets, but you declined to show up because you're not going to deal with it. Yeah. They cut you off, but you wired yourself back differently. And you wired yourself back differently. And now you're guarded. So a lot of people here, a lot of energies here, I feel like they're upset with you because you don't want to be around them or deal with them no more. You've been doing something for a while now, and you're like, hold up, wait a minute. Nah, you're not going to live like that. Exactly. You are not going to live like that. See, where you're the mirror, you're not the threat. You were the mirror. You weren't the threat. So they tried to make you out to be the threat. And you're like, nah, this is what's going on around me. I don't want to be a part of it. So you don't have to be. And that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, you don't have to be a part of that. You don't have to be a part of any insecure, anything that makes you feel unsafe, anything that makes you feel unwelcome. You don't have to be a part of that. You don't even have to be around it. You have choices. Everybody does. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. You stop calling people, you've stopped accepting calls. Okay. Yeah, you've closed yourself off because you were dealing with energies that were trying to make you anxious, put you in your head, give you stress, pressure, all that. And you refused to give in to that. So you went silent and went within. I mean, that's the best way to do it if you ask me. If you've already extended that olive branch and you've already done who you really are and you've had people come behind you and try to paint you out to be something that you're not, don't worry about it. Move in silence. Okay. What else, Spirit? Yes. What do we have here? It's sustainable, okay? Uncontrollable desires, must have, okay? You see over there, and hunger for pleasure. And that's the energies you were around, okay? You see this gotta have energy, gotta have it, that he's looking over here like, wow, I want that. You were dealing with a lot of people that, yeah, they want to possibly be in your fields, be in your energy fields, do what you're doing, okay? Be able to take care of themselves, especially right now. Everything's damn uncertain, okay? You got people out here, they've lost their jobs, they don't know how they're going to make it, but then here you come with your platform and they're like, wow. That's a problem for a lot of people, family. Okay. I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of readers, channelers, and seers, okay? Shamans, healers. And people see you starting your healing business, your Reiki businesses, people see you selling your products, online. People see you advertising for others, and they're envious of that for whoever that's resonating with, right? Yeah. It may not be an air sign, may not be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but tell me why that's in the reverse. Wow. So there was not an air sign who was pulling on your heartstrings, okay? There was not an air sign that was pulling on your heartstrings. There wasn't an air sign that was playing mind games or taking advantage of you or playing with your feelings or trying to string you along, okay? Maybe. Now only you know what happened, okay? You only you know what's going on in your life. But Spirit is saying in this energy here, it wasn't a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay. I feel like they could have had something to do with setting something up, but maybe they backed away after they saw that you were not going to pay any more attention to them. Tell me why that air sign. Okay. I couldn't even get it out. Yeah. Maybe this was them masking themselves as well. Okay. They came out in the reverse because maybe they didn't want to be pinpointed in the wrongful doings that occurred. So this air sign and this heartstrings is clarified with fake profile hiding themselves and plotting and then social media. Yeah, they were cloaking themselves. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius was cloaking themselves. Wow, acting like they weren't feeling some sort of way about you. Look, Spirit also said some more cloaks came out. Oh, wow. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here in the reverse. They could have been trying to cloak themselves as not being someone that was opposing you in this self love energy you're in, but they keep flipping in the reverse. That's giving me the energy like they were trying to hide their energy. Oh, it wasn't us. It was never us. I would never do that. I always want to see you. No, 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 no. Don't believe that. That's gaslighting. People talking about they love seeing you do better. No, or take care of yourself. Shit, not if you're doing better than them. Okay, family, not if you're doing better than them at all. Right. Okay, you have this mother figure type energy. You could be a mother. Okay, somebody could be expecting here, but with this pregnancy, I'm getting like you are holding a lot within your womb when it comes to birthing new ideas, birthing things from your creativity, and that's what a lot of people envy is they don't have that. They may not be able to do the things that you do, and that makes them very insecure. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it took a lot of faith, and you had to ask the divine for assistance. Exactly. They could be a lot of people out here now, maybe missing you, because I feel like you're just not going to turn back ever. And that's what I feel a lot of people are starting to feel now is you're not turning back ever. So they're already reminiscing because they know you're not coming back into their life for any reason at all, especially after what you've been going through. Somebody could be blocked from even looking you up anymore. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I can't make it up. They can't even look you up anymore because you're just too guarded, or you're not, you're not outside to play. You're not outside to make friends. You're not outside to do anything. If you got something to do, you do it and you get right back where you need to be. I feel like because you're so guarded now, no one can get in. And they all did this, okay? But then a lot of them are vengeful because they feel like, you're too good for us. No, it's not that. It was I was trying to be everything. But y'all, it was y'all. You know what I'm saying? Setting your ways. When you're setting your ways and your heart is closed off, then you are who you are. So, because you're guarded, they're resentful because they know they can't get back in. Bottom line, you don't care who they are. You don't care because you have the evidence of what you've gone through with these people. And that's the facts. That's just what it is. They've made you feel some sort of way. And because they made you feel that way, you refuse to ever open up to any of them again. hmm I can't make it up. They was after that Eight of Pentacles. They were looking at your Eight of Pentacles, how you had mastered something through a skill, through just possibly, prayer and practice. You taught yourself something. They haven't done that. hmm They haven't, mastered anything. Wow, look at everything coming out in the reverse with the Three of Cups, right? So, there was no love there. There was no friendship, no bond built. There was nothing in common. Okay. There was nothing that was in common. So therefore you guys weren't even a match or the environment wasn't going to be conducive for anybody at that point where you're trying to build up oh look, and they couldn't even see that. Like I feel like you were sent to an environment to, bring life back into it. But instead, you were met with a lot of opposition, a lot of adversity, people not liking you, and for what reason you didn't know them like that. It was just because there were other people. Let me make sure all these are upright. There were other people in people's ears about you. And it's like shit. Okay, if you know something about me, tell fucking me. Don't go off of rumors. Don't go off of other people that are sitting up here, defiling somebody's fucking name just because they're mad because the motherfucker got caught the fuck up doing some fuck shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you just fuck around and bully the fuck out of me forever. So if I called your ass out on some shit and you got reprimanded, and now all you want to do is spend the rest of your life hunting somebody down and talking shit about them, and everything is a fucking lie that's coming out your mouth, well then shit. What do you think? Hell no. We get away from you, and you. And people are mad at that because I feel like you came in to show people, hey, you could do some shit. And if they didn't want to learn, then they just didn't want to learn. But I don't think you were even trying to force anything. You were dealing with a lot of messy motherfuckers. Ugh. Soon as you realize that, you just shut it down like, okay, I'm good. And that's how it's going to stay, family. You're going to stay that. You're going to stay shut down. You're going to stay guarded, and you don't give a fuck. You're going to stay that way until you're safe. And that's just what I'm hearing. You're going to stay that way until you're safe. Look, I can't make it up. What is this? Yeah, Six of Cups. Okay. So there will be no reunions with anything or anyone because you're in this King of Wands energy. You're a leader, okay? Masculine, feminine energy, take it how it resonates. You are in union with your spiritual team, okay? You are in alignment with your spiritual team. And you have been in this energy here with the Fool. You know, you never went in trying to hurt anybody, but they sure were trying to hurt you. So you just decided to walk by faith and not by sight, and therefore you don't mess with nobody, and you're gonna stay guarded. You're gonna stay guarded. Tell me more, spirit. Yep, that's your justice. That is your justice. You're gonna stay guarded. Yep, and you have the Five of Swords out here. Yeah, because you know that's that win at all cost type energy, you know? So until you are able to get the justice that you need, which is to get away from these win at all cost energies, it could be even be a justice system that's mad at you because they feel that their whole world came crashing down behind your truths. Well, it just wasn't your truths, family. It was everybody's fucking truth. Okay. Ain't no way in hell you over here working 17,000 jobs and still can't put food on your table type energy. That's why everybody is leaving the fucking United States right about now, or damn sure looking to leave because it's like what is going on over here has been going on for 30, 40, 50 fucking years. Definitely 30. The last 30 years has been horrific in this country. Everything has gone up except for the working wage. And then companies outsource their customer service and their help overseas because they're working for $2 an hour, $3 an hour. So it's like, damn. So you're fucking up where your service is being rendered, where everybody's paying the high ass prices for the service, but then you're outsourcing the damn jobs. Yeah, no, that's an end. And that just wasn't my tune. That's everybody's fucking tune. Okay. That's everybody's tune. It's like, damn, everything skyrocket except for your wages. That shit crawling like goddamn molasses running uphill on a cold ass day. Shit. Yeah. You bring in Ace of Cups energy, newness, new everything. And stop brute force trying it. I wish I would quit doing that. It's obvious. They be on here, don't they, family? Woo, they be on here. I'm just sitting over here. They done tried it twice. Mm-hmm. Let's wrap this reading up. Let's wrap these messages up. Final message, man. Shit, look what's popping out. There could be some corruption, okay? With local law enforcement. Many of you have spoken on that. Yeah, but they don't want to get their hands dirty. So, you know, they're just doing what they do best, and that's okay. Let them do it because eventually you won't be around to even be seeing them, family. Okay. I feel like you're getting ready to make a move and they know that. That's why they are just always around you or something around that nature because they know that you are tired of dealing with the same old shit. And it's better for you just to move along and let these people have what it is that they think they have. And you just finished living out your best life with the divine creator of all living things, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Okay. Message. All right. I love you and the divine loves you. Let's close out. At this time, divine, I thank you so much at 3344. And I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.